Hello there, and welcome to Savannah's Crystal Reiki Healing, where we offer Reiki, crystal healing, guided meditations, tarot readings, pendulum readings, and more. But we also offer shamanic guided meditations and shamanic healing at the same time. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to offer a reading for you, not just tarot, and not necessarily just numerology either. It's numerology to tarot. It's a divination art that I learned about years ago that I absolutely adore and use constantly. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this in three different phases. Phase one is just reading today's date. Today's date of the 3rd of September 2024. Get the number for that, put it to the major arcana of the tarot, and then we figure out what this means. Just something in general that we can focus on today as we continue on down the road. Second phase is I'm going to use a name. In this particular case, we're going to use my name, Aaron, and we're going to break that down in a similar fashion where we take all those numbers, add them all up, break them down, and then use that last sum and put that to the major arcana of the tarot to get what my name means for me, what my destiny potentially could be. Phase 3 is then adding the two numbers together. We have the number of the day and what we could potentially focus on to help us find better qualities in the day. Then there's our card, which tells us what our possible destinies are. Then there's the number that we get from combining the two, which would be how today relates to us in a far more personalized manner, in a way that speaks to us a wee bit better than just a general all-encompassing reading. So let's go ahead and set the legalities aside for just a tick. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Any similarities to any particular circumstance is strictly circumstantial, to be taken with a grain of salt and not to be taken seriously. With that over and done with, let's go ahead and let's get to this. Now I'm going to throw up today's date, just to give you an idea of what this is going to look like as we go along. This is today's date. We go ahead and we break all those numbers down. We get rid of all the zeros, so that gives us 9 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. We put addition signs in between each and every number, and we just go down the line. So in this particular case here, it'd be 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3 gives you 11, but we cannot have double digits, so we break that down into 1 plus 1, like here. That gives us 2, and then we continue on down the line. 2 plus 2 equals 4, 4 plus 2 equals 6, and then 6 plus 4 brings us to our number for today, which is 9. We go ahead and we put that to the major arcana of the tarot, and we have the Hermit, which I will also take this card and put it here. Now the Hermit is a person who has gone out there and they've done what they need to do for today, but they need to take a moment and step back. You need to take that breath. You need to reflect and introspect on what you just saw. You need to introspect on what just happened. What are the lessons that we can learn from what happened here? And then, once we learn the lessons, we can perhaps tomorrow step back out into the world with a better point of view and perspective. Now is the time for us to pay attention on the necessary inner work that we need to work on to make sure that we're okay with the person staring back at us from a mirror. What happened in today's world and everything elicits a specific emotion, an emotional response, reaction, anything like that. These two need to be taken account for and processed. Otherwise, the shite just keeps adding up, and eventually, like a pressure cooker, you're going to burst. Or what's even more detrimental to everyone, but especially you, you're going to implode. So let's not do that. So, whatever happened, today would be the perfect day to take a step back and, upon reflection and introspection, process what happened and learn the lessons that it presents. That way, we cannot exactly have to trip up over it again. So, this is something that we can focus on today. Just, just take a step back, take a breath, learn the lessons of everything that happened before today, and process it. If there's any lessons that need to be learned, let's go ahead and learn them. That way, when we take a step back out into our fool's journey, we could do so with a air of confidence. We can ensure that what happened and what affected us before is not going to do that again. We're more confident, we're more able, we're more clear headed, and more focused. Self care is also important, not the necessary inner work, as I mentioned before, but also taking a moment to take that bath, to watch that movie that you've been putting off for about a month or however, to go out there and do something because honestly, you're worth it. Now would be a good time to pamper yourself, to remind yourself to you, the person who matters here, that you're worth it too. So, pamper yourself. You deserve it today. Moving along, we've got the reading of me, my name. Phase 2 is we're reading a name, and we're just going to read my name today. For which my name is Aaron. I go by Aaron of Otherworld or Aaron Knight, but we're just going to go off of Aaron. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to break that name down into its base integers, and we're going to put addition marks between each and every number, and then we're going to go down the line, to which I will demonstrate here, because it's what 5 plus 1 plus 8 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4. We go down the line, add everything together. Any double digits we break down and turn into a single digit, to which we get 9. Again, the Hermit. Everything that I just mentioned before is essentially repeated or echoed here. But as opposed to this is something that we have to focus on today, this is exactly where I'm coming from. This is my destiny. Taking that step back or being the person who is in the background, who is observing everything that's going on in front of me, and then doing the necessary work, being a person in the background for to let's put it this way. In a war there is a MASH unit. The MASH unit has doctors and infirmaries. What happens is the wounded warriors, the people who are seeking guidance, the people who are seeking sanctuary, will come over and find this place and look for healing, serenity, guidance, or anything like that. Me personally, I come from a position of I am the hermit. I am standing back but observing what's going on. So I offer a different perspective. I offer serenity. I offer this form of wellness because I am on the sidelines. And if serenity and a different perspective is what you're looking for, I can offer it. But none of that comes at the cost of my own serenity and joy. I can help, guide, and offer a wee bit of it, but never at the expense of my own. So this is me, and that is phase 2. Phase 3 in this journey of the Fool, as we continue on with this reading, is we're going to combine the two. Today's number, which is 9, the Hermit. And then we've got 9, the Hermit for my name. Of course, 9 plus 9 equals 18. But then we put that together to get 1 plus 8, which also equals 9, the Hermit. How does today speak to me on an absolutely personal level? How does today truly matter to me? Well, let's take a step back. Let's take a look at everything that's been going on for this past journey of the Fool up to this point. In my personal life, there's quite a bit that's gone on, and there's quite a bit to reflect upon. So, today would be the perfect day to take a step back and to breathe, to objectively observe what's going on in my life, to learn the lessons so that we can step, or I can step back out there into the world with a wee bit more confidence, a better understanding of what's going on and why. Seek that serenity, seek that calm, seek that joy. But then, after the lessons learned, let's go ahead and treat ourselves because I'm worth it. We go out there, we do a wee bit of self pampering, watch that movie, have clients. Well, technically, no, because today is not a day to work, just like yesterday, Labor Day, we are not supposed to work either. So let's go out there, let's have our pampering, watch that movie, go to a spa, get a massage, do what you feel you need to do to remind us that we are necessary, we're worth it, and we're loved, if by no one else but ourselves. So, the introduction to this particular reading just gave a basic outline as to what's gone on here. The reading that I used here is known as the Journey of the Fool. I believe that's also what the Major Arcana is called too in the tarot. Not quite too sure, so take it with a grain of salt. But here's something that we can focus on today. Here's my numbers. And then here's how today can relate, can speak, and offer me an interesting perspective today in a very highly personal way. And this is how I do my readings. This is my part, or this is where I am in my own journey of the Fool. I certainly hope you enjoyed this reading. Of course, it's all done for entertainment purposes only. Any correlation between what this reading says and anything that's going on in your life is purely coincidental and circumstantial. Take everything that you hear with a grain of salt and take it at face value only. So, thank you guys for being here. If you like this form of reading, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Plus, if you like this form of reading and would like to see or hear more, go ahead and DM me on one of my socials and I'll do a reading like this on a video, with your permission, of course. That, and if you could go ahead and scan this QR code right here. This QR code goes directly to my Venmo. You can support me and what I do by buying me a cuppa, just a simple cup of coffee. That's all I ask. Everything that I do is powered by caffeine and coffee because I'm a wee bit of a coffee addict. And please feed my addiction. With all that being said, I'm going to leave you here, and I certainly hope you'll have an amazing day. Remember you're loved. Remember you're worth it as you go out there and you face the day, or as today's numbers and cards suggest, go out there and pamper yourself. Go out there and remind yourself that you're worth it. It's one thing for me to say it. It's something else completely for you to feel it. Take care. Enjoy. I'll talk to you guys soon.